churches are a library of content that they don't recognize. There's so much that hasn't been documented that is powerful stuff, life-changing stuff that, like we were talking about, one sermon contains many, many touching things. One event, one Q&A that you do. If you catalog those things, that's stuff that can continue giving and continue reaching people for a long period of time. And, we're actually in a unique position to empower young people in an authority role, in a leadership role, in a meaningful work in a language that they understand.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is so exciting. And I think that I remember back when I was in high school, I was kind of, somewhat disinterested in church just because it wasn't something that touched my real life. It wasn't something that I actually had to think about and wrestle through. It was just something that was part of the routine. But I do remember one week in particular where my local church said, hey, we want, to do a whole week-long kind of emphasis with young people. And so what it meant was that we were all participating in different aspects of the service, from the sermons to the music to the different things. And I remember being invited to be part of the music team where every night we were practicing. It changed my relationship to the church.
Sure.
Because it was no longer my parents' thing. It started to slowly become my thing. And I remember my perception of church and my perception of this community radically shifted during that 1 week because, wow, this was something that I had ownership with. This is something that I could lend my creativity and my influence towards. And it was exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get your community engaging with each other, you're going to be building bonds beyond the Sabbath service. And I think this should have always been the goal, but this gives us space to do that. It doesn't matter if you're stuck in quarantine in your home or late at night on your phone or whatever it is. People from wherever they are have the chance to connect. And it's been a beautiful thing. I know in my church, even with just the live stream service, right? People have, while they're watching, actually come together online to talk about the points that are going on in the sermon, right? In a way that we can't do that. We can't do that in the church building.
Let's be real. Sometimes we're texting each other and getting through each other. Sure. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, we're able to actually interact live. And I think this is what some churches have stumbled onto, this strategy, which I think is a good strategy. Rather than only live streaming their service, they're actually going through what's a premiere strategy.
Yeah.
Where you actually pre-record everything. You edit it together so it looks nice and sounds good. And you balance all the audio levels. You're no longer saying, is this thing on? Like you're dealing with, technical difficulty. Like none of that anymore. You just upload the video and schedule it for a premiere. And now what's happening is that the pastors are able to actually be a part of the conversation as they listen to themselves preach. Yeah. And so pastors for the first time might actually be able to have a Sabbath off.
Yeah. I mean, even just debriefing after the sermon, right? Even if you our church has done a Zoom meeting where people literally have their lunches, like they're eating and talking, but there's a chance to like go over the content that we just heard. There's a debrief. There's a continued conversation where it's not just, I give you information, the end. Yeah. But let's use this as a spark in our community to actually come together.